Welcome back. Guten Tag, my people. This is your weekly cosmic forecast with Kaerhart. I'm a numerologist and an astrologer, and this is my best amiga.
Sophie astrologer, celestial guide. Now I'm calling myself a Sherpa.
Yeah, I don't know when that started. I don't know if the people are gonna like that.
I like it.
Is that
so
offensive?
They will like it.
Is that
I'm an Asian cosmic Sherpa.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna like it.
Okay.
You looked a little scared.
Yeah. I just heard you in my head saying you want to have fun.
I'm all about having fun.
Demonically.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to have fun.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't as intense as she could go. Listen, y'all, she gets fucking crazy. Anyways, before I dive into the numerology ahead, please hit the subscribe button. Or don't, actually. I've been telling y'all to go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you've been with us for this whole journey and it's the last week of the year and you're still not subscribed, I guess you don't want to.
That's
no pressure. No pressure.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Don't subscribe. Have you ever watched a YouTube video where they started off saying, don't subscribe to my channel?
She's doing some reverse psychology over here.
Don't do it. You do not want to see our weekly cosmic forecasts that are incredibly life-changing. You don't want to see them.
Don't be our cosmic bestie.
Just shut your laptop right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just let it go. Don't be besties with us. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I have to say about that. We're in a numerological 7, and that makes sense because it's the end of the year and it's winter and it's dark.
And we're getting moody and contemplative.
We're getting moody.
We're thinking a lot by the fire.
We're sitting by the fire.
Sitting by the fire and thinking real hard.
Looking at the stars.
That's right, getting inward.
We're thinking about our place in the cosmos. God, is that you? It's
if you can hear me.
Kaerhart. Can you hear me? God is calling. Just pick up. Just pick it up. You have a sacred calling, and now is the time to answer that sacred calling. Actually, the 7 is all about answering a sacred calling, right? So this week is all about getting in touch with that inner voice. It's about spending time alone. It's about being meditative and contemplative. 7 is solitary. It's the philosopher. It's the seeker. It's here to really gather knowledge and develop its own idea of what is life? Why are we here? What are we doing? Answer the big questions, right? So this is a week to really get a little esoteric.
I feel like it's a very focused energy as well.
It is. It's very singular focused. Actually, 7 is a great time to put your energy in one place. Like a lot of people write books in a 7. A lot of athletes are 7s. That's because, again, it's all about just one singular focus. So, that might be something spiritual, because this is definitely the most spiritual number besides the 11. Or it could be just a project that you're really pouring yourself into. 7 is also, because it's such a knowledge gathering number, this could be a time where you just want to sit alone and read books.
Yeah.
Or sit in nature. Like whatever it is that's going to bring you peace and a sense of spirituality and oneness with the world, all of that. That's what you want to do. You want to be alone. You want to go within.
Yeah.
You want to be that seeker.
It's interesting because it's literally at the height of holiday season. And I kind of feel like, if anything, you might be feeling not that special holiday cheer because you're feeling so contemplative, and that's okay. You don't have to be all pep.
Yeah, it's Christmas this week. You don't have to be pep.
You don't have to be pep. You can have some solo time to think about your journey and your little bad spiritual self and what you want to do in the next year, and reflecting on the whole entire year, right? Because we've made it to the end.
Yeah, don't put pressure on yourself, just like you shouldn't subscribe to this channel. Do not put the pressure on yourself, but do reflect. Do think about
meditate
your journey, who you are, who you're becoming, what the year has been like, what you want to move into. But again, this is not a time to put pressure on yourself. This isn't a time to take action. This is a time to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
Get really clear on you, or maybe don't. Just observe your thoughts, observe things coming to you, and don't hold on to them so tightly, right? Because again, the 7 is just think about the most meditative person you know. Maybe you know a meditation teacher or someone who takes their meditation very seriously. Like that person is kind of like very zen.
Yeah.
You want to be very zen this week. And again, I know that's hard with the holidays.
Yeah.
It is hard. But if you could just carve out a few moments here and there each day, even if it's just, I'm going to go sit in my room for 10 minutes and breathe, right? Even that, just doing a little breath work, just, if you're listening or watching, just take a deep breath right now. It feels so good.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does. Right? It
Yeah.
feels
Oh my
nice.
God. You're right.
I'm like,
That's a little reset
right?
I
was like, I
need.
needed a reset,
Yeah.
right? I do a little Wim Hof. But
Yeah.
again, like if you can't, I mean, there have been times when I'm at a party and I really can't get alone. I'm like, go like to the bathroom and take a deep breath. Ben's taking a breath. I hear you, Ben. Yeah, he's getting his Zen vibes on. Anyways, I'll go to the bathroom and like, or like go stand in a closet. Like again, I know the holidays can be very loud, especially if you come from a Latin or Italian family. Our families aren't that loud.
No.
Korean, German heritage here. It's
not that loud.
No. So it'll be quiet with us. We don't even know where we're gonna be.
I know.
We have no idea. I could be in a different country.
You could. I could be in a different country.
I know.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting engaged soon. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I know. Okay, so that's the numerology. I hope y'all are feeling that. I broke it down. Here's the astrology. Sophie, take it away.
I was looking
Lord.
through the astrology
notes.
as you were talking about the numerology because I was wondering, how does this align?
Yeah.
And we've got squares. Squares
Fantastic.
are challenging
Squares
aspects.
on squares.
So squares, when something's square, it means that it's a challenging aspect. It's tension. It's like a climaxing point. It is friction. And, squares are building blocks. So everyone needs squares. We need square transits so that we have these breakthroughs.
If there's no tension, you're not going to grow.
Yeah. And so we've got Jupiter square Saturn starting us off. Okay, Jupiter is growth, opportunity, our blessings. It's squaring Saturn. Saturn is discipline, responsibility. It's our boundaries. And so I actually think this aspect is all about reaffirming your boundaries because it's the holiday season. You're kind of wanting this like introspective alone time. And a lot of times people don't know how to say no to take time for themselves. And I'm going to encourage everyone to make sure you take time for yourself because you do need to practice asserting your boundaries. And you don't have to be mean about it. You just have to make sure you're honoring yourself before you put yourself out there and then you explode on someone because you didn't do yourself a favor and honor your boundaries and you didn't do that person a favor. So,
boundaries are what define us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got that aspect. And then on Thursday, we've which is the day after Christmas, we've got Mercury square Saturn. So Mercury is the planet of communication. Saturn is discipline, responsibility, maturity. It is linked to karma. It's a deliverer of karma. And so this aspect, I think, is about having maybe tough conversations. So the day after Christmas, you might be having tough conversations or conversations that, like, again, reassert boundaries. And, this aspect, so because Mercury is also logistical, like your thought process and like the way you logistically think about things. And so I actually think that you might be feeling a lot of friction of how you want to approach something and the best way to do it. And so especially if you're the kind of person that has a lot of familial obligations and pressure, you might be kind of wrestling within on how to make sure you protect your mind space from taking on too much around you. And then last but not least, Friday, December 27th, you've got Venus square Uranus. Venus
unexpected changes in love.
Exactly.
Boom, baby.
And I kind of feel like the holidays are notorious for love stuff regardless.
Yeah.
And it also coincides with all the Venus energy because we've been talking about Venus now for a couple of weeks. Heavy Venus transits. And so Friday, December 27th, we have Venus squaring Uranus, which is changes in love because Venus is love, Uranus is change, innovation. And it might be really unexpected and it might be positive. Just because it's a square doesn't actually mean it's negative. It just usually means there's a culmination point and breakthrough or a breakdown?
I think with squares, it's tension, but I think you actually learn the most from squares. Like, it's funny because people always ask me about compatibility within the charts.
Yeah.
And when I look at astrological compatibility, whenever I see the absolute best, most compatible charts together, there's usually not enough tension for the people to actually like even vibe with each other.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you learning? What are you having to grow through? Because like relationships are our greatest container for growth.
Yeah.
But a lot of like the best couples I know do have a lot of squares. And it's because there's that tension that you're working through that's kind of like the glue that holds you together, and not in a toxic way. Just if everything is perfect and butterflies and rainbows, it can be a little stagnant. It could be a little boring. But sometimes those squares come in and they shake us up. And it's like, yo, these are some things that, you know, you got to look at. Like my last partner that I was with, our Mercuries were square, exact.
Yeah.
But we actually communicated way better than my previous partner, where we had North Node conjunct Mercury. And that's again because like we were learning more, we were going through things more, we were more conscientious with each other. So for anyone who's scared about squares, don't be. It's tension, it's spicy, but sometimes you need that.
That's right.
To really grow, right? We're growing, we're becoming our best selves right now. Yeah.
Always. Every day.
Emma. So that's all we got for you. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a full year of this, which is so exciting. And we can't wait to Sherpa, as Sophie says, into the next year, universal year 9. We'll be back with more forecasts. And again, if this content is resonating with you and you love numerology and you love astrology, check out the links in the description box. We got courses, we got reports, we got them all. We got all the things you need to support yourself. Maybe in this 7 and during the holidays is a great time to self-study.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good time. So we'll see you next week and we'll see you next year.